Hi, in this video lecture, what we are going to do, we are going to create our workspace. So first of all, we have to open the Pycharm, and once you will open that, it will ask you to create a new project. So I'm going to create a Django project, and one more thing, once you will see in the project interpreter environment, I have chosen Python 3.7. You can also choose Python 3.8. So as I have installed the new Python version and you have downloaded the latest release, you can also select that. So after choosing this environment, what we are going to do, we are going to create you see I have chosen 3.8. After that, what you have to do, you have to name your project. It will add this project into this folder, and I'm going to give the Twitter REST API. So once you have done this, you have given the name and you have given the interpreter, then you can create this. So what Pycharm does is basically it will install all the Django framework. It will do all the stuff for you without going into the details and the things. So we can quickly start this project by just using Pycharm. So once it has installed all the dependencies, Django, everything for you, you can see from the terminal that in Python console, you can see that we are using Django 3.0.5, and you can also see the home directory within the terminal. So terminal is also over here, Python console is over here, and you can see all these things. The other thing is that once you have seen this, you can go into your project folder and you can see the environment setting. It is a virtual environment. It will help you to run your project on this machine, and it will do all the other stuff. The other thing which you can see over here is the settings screen, settings.py. Here you will see the install applications. We are going to create our another application. We will use that application into the Twitter REST API into our next video. So this video is only focusing on creating a project and setting the things with up. Okay, here you can see the database. It has already got the settings of the SQLite, but obviously we are going to change this into the PostGRESQL. Okay, after that, what you're gonna see is you are going to see authentication, password validation. So these are the things which you can see in the settings again. The other file which I'm going to show you is the URLs. Here you can see the URLs. It is right now pointing to the admin side, but we will but here you can see the other path as well. And now we are going to use this project to develop the REST APIs. You can see the ManPy is basically helps us to install the different we are going to use the Django REST API framework, which I'm going to show you into. So now you have created this project, and what you want to do is you want to create the Git, and you want to add this workspace, and you want to convert this workspace into the Git project. What Git is going to do is going to help you to organize your code and everything. So I'm going to drop a folder over here so that it can know, okay, this will be our Git repository, or we can simply add. So I have selected that workspace where I'm going to add my repository into this. So I will just add that. It is asking there is no Git repository found, so it will create the Git repository for our local repository, and we will go for the create. And now if you go over here, you can see all the project over here. So what we can do basically, now we can commit the things so that it will. So let me stage all, and now we will write in the commit what is the subject, which is create new workspace for REST API. So you can see I have added this REST API, which is actually Twitter REST API into our. So we will now just press the commit button and it will do all the work. So now you can go into the history and you can see our first commit is done, which is successful. So we will go into the app, and now what we are going to do, basically we are going to run this project. And how we can run this project is by simply going over here, and we have to start this and this. So see that our project is running, okay, and it is running on the local host, and the server is on the local host. So let's go and see what is application. This states what we are going to do. We are going to create a Django application, and basically in each project there are different Django applications, and those applications help you to make your code very better. You have different modules in which you can work. We will see how we can create models within the applications in the upcoming videos. We will see how this project and application environment is going to work, how we have to enable the app setting in the Django setting file, how we can put our custom files over here in install application. Then we will do the commit things, and we will also be able to see that into the tower. So now as we have run our application, and now what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to install the framework, the Django Rest Framework. So I'm going to close this server. I'm going to come into the terminal, and here I'm going to install the Django Rest Framework. So now how I am going to install is by pip, and I'm going to use the pip 3. Basically we are using the Python 3 version, so, and the Django 3.0.5. so what we are going to do, basically we are going, and what it is, so we are going to, now we have come into the terminal, we are going to write pip 3 install Django Rest Framework. And what it does, basically it installs the Django Rest Framework into our project. So in our virtual environment, basically this framework is going to install, and we are going to use this framework to create our REST APIs. So let's hit enter. So as you know that it has successfully installed the Django Rest Framework, and now what we are going to do is we are going to install another package, which is the POSTGRESQL 2. Basically PsychoPG is basically going to be used for the PostgreSQL. So PostgreSQL package we are going to use to communicate with our PostgreSQL database. So pip3 install POSTGRESQL 2 binary equal 2.8.5. So what it is going to do is it is going to install the package which we will use to communicate with our PostgreSQL database. So you know that it has successfully installed our PostgreSQL package, and through this package we will communicate with our database. So now as we have created our project, we have installed the Django packages. Now what we are going to do, basically we are going to install an application. We are going to create an application within our Django project, and that application will help us to create the REST APIs. So we are going to use the manage.py, which you can see this manage.py help us to create the apps within our project. So let's do it. Python manage.py start app profiles API. So let's clear this, and Python 3, because we are using environment of Python 3, manage.py start app, and the name of the app is profiles API. Hit enter, and now you will see over here that it has created the profiles API into our system. So now you can see the source code of the profiles API. If you see over here, there are views which represents the data. There are models in which we are going to interact with the database. There is admin panel, admin code. It helps to introduce this application profile API to the admin console and the admin module. And we can see there is an init.py which helps to initiate these applications. There is a migration folder in which you can see we will do the migrations. So now you can see we have created this profile API. Thank you, and now we will